Alright friends, before I get that crate opened up and start putting that tool rack together, I need to get this on the tractor first. This goes on the 3-point hitch. This is the Pat's Category 1 quick hitch system. It goes on the back of the tractor. I showed this in the video the other day. I got a lot of comments on it. People have been wanting to see this go on the tractor. I was just going to put it on, but there's a lot of interest out there in how this works. So we'll go ahead and pull the tractor over here and get this thing put on. Should go over pretty easily, hopefully, based on the instructions. Famous last words 2 hours later. Hopefully it won't be too big of a deal, guys. So stick with me here. We'll get this thing on, and it is pretty heavy duty. That's pretty heavy right there. Anybody interested in this, there's a link down below to my Amazon store. It's where I bought mine. You can go check that out. Alright friends, here's the first one right there. I got it assembled, but I've not tightened it down yet. You can see what it does. There's a little pin right here, or top piece, you pull off. Pull that back. You're able to push that up to release the implement right there. And that's a really good design. I've been using tractors for, gosh, probably 15 years now. That's when I bought my first one. And over here you can see this is the traditional design for a 3-point hitch. You got to run your implement in that hole right there to attach it to the tractor, and that right there can be for a long day, guys. One thing I think people dread on a tractor more than anything is hooking up implements, because it's such a pain. Now this tractor here has a lot of nice features. Has this telescoping arm right here. You just push this down. I can't do it with one hand, but you push that down and you're able to pull this out on the fly. It's really nice. I've had other tractors where this was a pain to adjust right here. But this is the Pat system, and from what I've read and seen on YouTube, this takes all the frustration out of putting implements on a tractor. And something else to add, guys, I bought this with my own money. This isn't a sponsored video or nothing like that. I'll leave a link down below to Amazon where I ordered mine. But you can get these at Royal King and a few other places. And they run you about $200 shipped out the door, but that's not too bad based on what I've been hearing about them. And if it makes implements that much easier to put on, it's going to be money well spent. So here's the little install you got to do on it. You pretty much just put it on there. You put this pin through the middle, and then you have to set the height of it with this shim right here. And there's 2 different sizes to get it where you want it. You run that little roll pin right there through it to hold it in there. But it's pretty simple. I'm going to leave a link down below to another video where a guy down, I think he's another homestead channel, he done a really good video on how to install this Pat system here, and I'll refer people to that if you want to see a step-by-step how-to on that. I don't really have time today. I'm trying to get this on here so we can move on to this thing right here, guys. So hang out with me here for just a little bit. I'm going to cut the camera off and get this other one on and get this finished, and then we'll open up this crate and start putting on the tool rack. Alright friends, I got the Pats installed on both of the arms right there on the 3-point hitch. We're good to go right there. I really like that design on how the implements hook on there. We'll put this big tool rack on it here in just a second and see how it goes. So in this crate, guys, is the big tool rack. If you order the ultimate tool rack package, you get a Category 1 quick hitch right there. We may use that later. It kind of counterintuitive to use this and the Pat system both. They're kind of the same thing. But what we may do in the future is run this Pat's for a few weeks and come back and hook this one up and do a comparison. There's a lot of comparison videos on YouTube, and most people favor the Pat system over this one. So we'll do our own little comparison here over the next few weeks, guys. welcome back to the mill. It's Friday morning. I did not get this done last night. I had a few things to take care of here at the mill. Had to make a few phone calls, and it got dark pretty early on me, and these cameras in the darkness do not do very well at all. So I wanted to wait till today to finish this thing up. So one thing about this tool rack, guys, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I did one little modification here. Not really a modification, I'm just putting one of these little tool trays on the inside instead of the outside, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright friends, I did a few things last night off camera. Like I said, it was getting dark outside. I went ahead and put this tray on right here on the outside, and there's two more, you can see it right there on the ground, that go on the back. And here's what I'm going to do. Right here on the top you have two of these racks right here for, you know, shovels or whatever to go down in here. Then the bottom of them kind of lands in that rack right there, to just kind of keep it out of the way. But here's my problem. Right there is a rack to put suitcase weights on. It's actually supposed to go on the other side, but I liked it on this side. I had a little bit of a clearance issue with it being on the inside, hitting that drawbar. So I got it right there, and that's no big deal. You can still put the suitcase weights on there. So what I did was I put it on the inside. That way it's out of the way. But by doing that, this shelf right here, this little tray, whatever you want to call it, hits that rack. It can't go in properly, and it also hits the pat system right here on the top. So what I'm going to do is switch this right here around to the inside. I'm going to leave that one on the outside over there, and I've already put one of these on. You can see right here I'm putting those two shelf units on the inside of the bed here. I'll put the other one right there. And I'll lose about, gosh, maybe 4 inches of storage right here inside this tool rack. But that's, you know, there's plenty of room in here. This is a good size area right here. I'll do a measurement here in just a second, let you guys know the size of it. But we'll do that, and that will take care of that problem. And it's not really a problem, it's just more of a modification, I guess. But what I think I'm going to do here is get the tractor started up and raise this thing up in the air. And it's got some rollers that go on it right here, so you can move it out of the way. Go ahead and take it off the tractor, move it over, finish the assembly, then put it back on, because a lot of these little screws like down in there are kind of hard to get to with the 3-point going on right there. And I'm going to show you guys also something really neat about this tractor as soon as we get it turned on here, as far as using the 3-point hitch from the rear end. It's really neat. I've never seen this on a tractor before. Alright guys, so traditionally on a tractor, to raise up your 3-point hitch arms, you gotta get inside the cab and pull up that lever. But on this tractor right here, you have another lever on the very back of it. Check that out. You can raise your implements and kind of, you know, get the configuration right back here at the rear of the tractor. You don't have to go in the cab and mess with it. Check this out. So, looky there. I tell you what, whoever thought of that, thumbs up to you there, guy. That was a good feature to add to a tractor. I hated running back and forth to the cab, raising arms up and down trying to get them right.